their health benefits. So today, we're going to find out 3 foods that are the worst to eat with tomatoes, and 3 that are the best, all to help prevent cancer and dementia. Today's star is the tomato, ranked among the top 10 superfoods by Time magazine, a true miracle food. Tomatoes are rich in nutrients like vitamin C, potassium, and dietary fiber. They're lycopene, an antioxidant. There's even a fun saying that goes, when tomatoes ripen red, doctors turn pale, implying that eating tomatoes keeps you healthy enough to stay away from doctors. Did you know that even with health-boosting tomatoes, there are foods that can harm your health when eaten together? So, let's find out together. We'll look at the 3 worst foods to eat with tomatoes that could negatively impact, and the 3 best foods to pair with tomatoes. First off, the absolute worst combination with tomatoes is sugar. Are you surprised? On hot summer days, it's not uncommon to sprinkle a generous amount of sugar on tomatoes. Add some ice, and enjoy them sweetly, or even pickle them in sugar. But let me tell you, sugar and tomatoes are a terrible match. This is because sugar destroys the nutritional value of tomatoes. Even if you're eating them for health, sprinkling sugar on top negates all benefits. When we eat, the body uses vitamin B to break down sugar. So when you sprinkle sugar on tomatoes, it uses up the vitamin B in the tomatoes, reducing the amount that gets absorbed by our body. Moreover, the intake of sugar raises blood sugar levels, which is an even bigger problem. We all know sugar is bad for our health, right? Eat. Of course, having tomatoes sprinkled with a bit of sugar once in a while isn't a problem. However, our diet isn't about just one food item, it's about the bigger picture. The issue arises when we consume refined carbohydrates and sugar-raising meals regularly and then top it off with sugary foods for dessert. According to data analyzed by the FDA regarding our national sugar intake, we're already exceeding the recommended amounts in our regular meals. And the habit of having sweet desserts is causing our yearly sugar consumption to seriously spike. Frequently consuming foods loaded with sugar can actually shrink your brain, especially the hippocampus, which is the center of memory. Guess what happens when your brain shrinks? Since the hippocampus is crucially related to brain functions such as reasoning, planning, judgment, and memory, this definitely increases the risk of dementia. And beyond type 2 diabetes, it can even raise the risk of cancer. For the sake of your health, it's crucial to cut down on sugar intake starting today. So, how should we enjoy tomatoes? The first best food combination I recommend with tomatoes is, surprisingly, salt. Sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? You might be thinking, sugar and salt, both are bad for health and should be reduced. Of course, consuming them in large amounts is not really good, but pairing tomatoes with a little salt is beneficial, especially since tomatoes are very rich in vitamin C, which is essential for collagen production and fighting cancer. Not only does it protect your health, but it also keeps your skin healthy and youthful. However, the issue is that the vitamin C in tomatoes easily oxidizes when it comes into contact with oxygen in the air. Sprinkling salt on the cut surface of tomatoes creates a thin barrier that helps prevent the oxidation of vitamin C. Still worried about sodium and blood pressure? Tomatoes are very rich in potassium, which lowers blood pressure and reduces the risk of cardiovascular diseases. When you sprinkle salt on tomatoes, it balances out the potassium and sodium, leading to a positive effect on cell and energy metabolism. Furthermore, the salt sprinkled on tomatoes is expelled from the body through the diuretic action of potassium. Doesn't significantly increase blood pressure or cause other side effects. Feel free to enjoy it without worry. Secondly, the absolute no-go when it comes to pairing with tomatoes is spinach. You might think it's beneficial to eat foods rich in vitamin C, like tomatoes, with iron-rich spinach, especially if you have anemia or diabetes. And you're right. However, for those with weak kidneys, this combination is particularly harmful. The issue lies with oxalates. Tomatoes, which can accumulate calcium in the body, are rich in oxalates. And when it comes to oxalates, spinach is perhaps the most notorious source. Even if you're not familiar with the name, you probably know that spinach should always be blanched in boiling water before eating. When oxalates bind with calcium in the blood, they form small, sharp crystals that accumulate in the body and can lead to stones. This can cause muscle pain, reduced muscle strength, and even lead to kidney stones and cancer. Blanching or boiling can effectively remove oxalates. So those with weak kidneys should make sure to cook spinach and tomatoes this way. Pay attention here. There's an even bigger reason not to mix tomatoes and spinach. Iron in spinach can interfere with the absorption of lycopene from tomatoes. The reason tomatoes are hailed as a superfood is precisely because of this lycopene content. Lycopene is a miraculous ingredient that acts as a powerful antioxidant, reducing oxidative stress and inflammation in the body and preventing cancer. Research has shown that lycopene has incredible effects in preventing various cancers, including lung, prostate, breast, and colon cancer. It's also great for vascular health, offering protection against arteriosclerosis and cardiovascular diseases. However, according to research from an American medical team, consuming tomatoes with spinach can cut the absorption rate of this miraculous ingredient, lycopene, by half. So, from now on, it's best to avoid eating tomatoes and spinach together. Instead of spinach, the second best food combination I recommend with tomatoes is the king of proteins, meat. In fact, tomatoes pair wonderfully with all proteins, including eggs, meat, and tofu, while tomatoes are packed with vitamins, beta-carotene, lycopene, and minerals. There's just one thing they lack: the protein. Pairing them with high-quality proteins perfectly complements their nutritional profile. Among these, meat, in particular, is highly recommended. Hold on a moment. Are there any of you who believe consuming meat is bad for your health? Not at all. As you age, it's essential to include meat in your diet. The main reason is protein. Protein is a crucial component of our body, forming cells, muscles, enzymes, and hormones. A lack of protein intake can lead to harming your dental health by receding gums or causing hair loss. And an inability to produce enough immune cells or antibodies to fight diseases. Of course, beans and tofu are excellent sources of protein, but plant-based proteins often lack essential amino acids or have them in smaller quantities. Animal proteins like meat are much more easily absorbed by the body than plant-based proteins, making them increasingly important as digestion weakens with age. Moreover, protein affects not just the muscles in our body but also the muscles in our mind. Tryptophan found in meat is a precursor to serotonin, known as the happiness hormone, making it excellent for depression and mental health. Especially, the vitamin B found in pork activates brain functions, preventing dementia. But pay attention here, there's one issue with consuming such beneficial meat. Our body's fluids are alkaline, while meat is acidic. This is where our star, the tomato, comes into play. Tomatoes, being a representative alkaline food, when eaten with acidic meat, greatly aid in protein digestion and reduce stomach stress, making them a perfect match. Plus, the rich fiber content in tomatoes helps maintain a regular digestive system and prevents constipation, ensuring gastrointestinal health. The third worst tomato-based food for your health is tomato ketchup. Ketchup is the most famous sauce, often paired with fries, or processed foods. While these foods are problematic in themselves, ketchup adds to the issue. A single tablespoon of ketchup contains about 4 grams of sugar, which is more than what's found in many chocolate snacks. But that's not all. A closer look at the nutritional content of ketchup reveals it's full of high fructose corn syrup, salt, synthetic colorants, and spices, including numerous sweeteners and food additives. Some people believe that ketchup, containing tomatoes, is healthier compared to other sauces. However, the tomatoes in ketchup, due to processing in various additives, have already had their nutrients destroyed. So, the third and ultimate pairing I recommend with tomatoes is definitely olive oil. Here's an interesting tip. Tomatoes actually offer more health benefits when cooked rather than eaten raw. This is because heating tomatoes breaks down their cell walls, allowing the antioxidant lycopene to dissolve more easily. Now, here's the kicker. You can dramatically increase the absorption of lycopene by up to 9 times simply by cooking tomatoes in olive oil. Lycopene loves fat because it's fat-soluble, meaning it's absorbed much better with fats. And olive oil, rich in omega-3s, is the perfect companion. Olive oil's oleic acid is a good fat that helps lower bad LDL cholesterol and protect your heart. It also helps increase the good HDL cholesterol, keeping your heart and blood vessels healthy. Plus, the polyphenols in olive oil create a powerful synergy with tomatoes' lycopene, turning this combo into a top-notch cancer fighter. Tomatoes are special because the way you cook them changes their nutritional value. Eat tomatoes raw for vitamin C, or cook them to get even more lycopene benefits. So, whether you're adding fresh tomatoes to a salad with some olive oil or cooking them, always use olive oil to get the most benefits. So far, we've explored 3 foods that are the worst to pair with tomatoes, and 3 that are the best. Then it's time to summarize. Skip the sugar with tomatoes, and go for a sprinkle of salt instead. Instead of pairing them with oxalate-rich spinach, opt for protein-packed meats, and ditch the tomato ketchup in favor of cooking with olive oil. How does that sound? I hope by choosing the right companions for the nutritious tomato and preparing them well, you'll safeguard your health. Thank you so much for having fun with me. If you found today's guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And please, do share this video with your loved ones. I'll always be here praying for your health and happiness. Thank you. Did you know that eating this with sweet potato can harm your health? One of the top 3 immune-boosting foods selected by the WHO is sweet potatoes. Even with such excellent benefits, sweet potatoes also have foods that are the best match and foods that are bad matches. You should eat sweet potatoes well to benefit your body. If you consume them with foods that are bad for your body, it may actually harm your health. That's why I've prepared this especially for you. We'll together find out 3 worst combinations with sweet potato, and 3 best foods for protecting your health. Hello. Are there still some of you who haven't subscribed yet? Please subscribe and hit that like button right away. Also, please share with your loved ones. I'll continue to deliver only the best health information to you. When the weather gets colder, there's one food that comes to mind first. None other than sweet potato. Whether sweet potato salad dishes or desserts, or roasted with crispy skin peeling off, leaving smiles on our faces. Sweet potatoes are not just filling but also packed with nutrients. Today's star is sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes have been beloved by people of all ages and genders throughout history. During times of famine, they served as a reliable crop to alleviate hunger. And as times changed, they gained popularity as snacks or delicacies. Nowadays, they're praised for their satiety and are even recognized as a diet food. In fact, the secret behind kagoshima, Japan's largest sweet potato producing region and longevity village, is sweet potatoes. But hey, did you know that despite how good sweet potatoes are for your health, there are certain foods that, when eaten together, can actually harm your health? Well then, let's explore together 3 worst food combinations and 3 best food combinations to protect your health when eaten with sweet potatoes. First, the worst sweet potato dish is raw sweet potato. Aren't you surprised? Sweet potatoes contain no saturated fat or cholesterol, and they're packed with dietary fiber and antioxidants. You may already know that the white juice that comes out when you cut raw sweet potatoes cleanses your intestines. Yes, it's true. While the abundant dietary fiber in sweet potatoes is great for gut health, eating them raw, especially for those with weak stomachs, is not a good idea. Raw sweet potatoes contain a type of sugar called raffinose, which, when broken down in the intestines, produces carbon dioxide, causing abdominal bloating and foul-smelling flatulence. This gas buildup in the intestines can lead to chronic indigestion and ultimately worsen gut health. Intestinal polyps can lead to various gastrointestinal diseases, including colon cancer. So it's essential to be cautious. Furthermore, raw sweet potatoes contain substances that inhibit trypsin enzymes, which break down proteins. The more protein-rich foods you consume together with raw sweet potatoes, the more these inhibitors increase, hindering digestion. What's truly astonishing is that these enzymes are destroyed by heat. So be sure to cook sweet potatoes thoroughly. Additionally, the gut is often referred to as the second brain because it's closely linked to our brain health. Did you know that the gut and the brain are connected by 2,000 nerve fibers? In fact, there's a central connection axis between the gut and the brain. So the health of the gut directly affects not only mood and sleep, but also cognitive abilities. It's crucial to consume easily digestible foods regularly and take care of gut health, as it's the best habit for preventing dementia and maintaining brain health. So, the recommended food that goes best with sweet potatoes is apples. Sweet potatoes are rich in dietary fiber as well as vitamins A and C. In particular, beta-carotene in sweet potatoes is excellent for eye health and old age, preventing night blindness, and promoting vision recovery. Moreover, its abundance of antioxidants effectively inhibits free radicals, one of the causes of aging, preventing skin aging and suppressing the secretion of lactic acid bacteria, which causes fatigue, aiding in fatigue recovery. Additionally, sweet potatoes are full of calcium, which strengthens bones and enhances bone density. Therefore, it's essential to consume sweet potatoes for preventing osteoporosis and maintaining strong bones. However, there's one major problem. Consuming an excessive amount of sweet potatoes, including raw ones, can lead to a substance called amygdalin causing digestive issues, such as abdominal bloating and intestinal gas. Focus here. This is where apples come in. The pectin in apples creates a protective barrier on the intestinal wall, preventing the invasion of toxins. Moreover, the tart organic acids in apples help digest the starchy sweet potatoes more efficiently. Furthermore, when you cook sweet potatoes, apples perfectly complement them by replenishing any deficient vitamins. As for the recommended recipe, apple and sweet potato curry is a great option. With the natural sweetness of apples and sweet potatoes combined with the turmeric and curry, you can enjoy a healthier and tastier meal. As the weather suddenly gets colder and immunity weakens, it's essential to include it. Apple sweet potato curry in your diet. Second, the worst sweet potato dishes are fried sweet potatoes and dried sweet potatoes. When the transitional season passes and cold winter arrives, the most tempting snack is fried sweet potatoes. Eating sweet and fragrant fried sweet potatoes is truly delightful. And recently, many people have been enjoying them as snacks after drying them to make them chewy. However, especially for health reasons, they're not suitable for individuals with diabetes. First of all, sweet potatoes are carbohydrate-rich foods with strong sweetness. So although they may seem very high in sugar, their glycemic index, GI, is not as high as one might think. In fact, sweet potatoes have a lower GI than potatoes and gradually raised blood sugar levels, making them suitable even for diabetic patients. However, the calorie content of sweet potatoes is quite high. Eating one sweet potato is equivalent to consuming 2/3 of a bowl of rice. Here's a quick pause. Did you know that surprisingly, the glycemic index and calories of sweet potatoes vary depending on the cooking method? When sweet potatoes are baked, moisture is lost, and sugar content increases, resulting in significantly higher blood sugar levels and calorie content. In reality, raw sweet potatoes contain 128 kilocalories per 100 grams, while boiled ones have 140 kilocalories. Baked ones have 150 kilocalories and dried ones have a whopping 350 kilocalories. Furthermore, fried sweet potatoes have a glycemic index more than twice that of boiled sweet potatoes. So you must be cautious when consuming them. The calorie content varies greatly depending on how you eat the same sweet potato. Therefore, when the weather gets colder and outdoor activities decrease, it's better for your health to avoid fried sweet potatoes and dried sweet potato snacks. Now, let's summarize the best way to consume sweet potatoes here. It's best to wash sweet potatoes thoroughly, boil them with the skin on, and consume them as a meal replacement. The skin contains not only antioxidants and vitamins but also a variety of dietary fibers. So be sure to eat it together. Additionally, sweet potato stems are rich in calcium, potassium, and vitamin A. So including them as a side dish is also beneficial. Secondly, the food that pairs best with sweet potatoes is tomatoes. As you age, you're more susceptible to vascular diseases, and sweet potatoes are the ideal food for vascular health. Sweet potatoes are rich in pantothenic acid, a type of vitamin B, which helps regulate hormone secretion to relieve stress and prevent high blood pressure. Here's a question for you. What do you think is the biggest cause of hypertension? It's primarily due to excess sodium in the body. Therefore, it's crucial to reduce salt intake and consume foods rich in potassium, which helps excrete sodium from the body. However, today's stars, sweet potatoes and tomatoes, are excellent sources of potassium. Consuming sweet potatoes and tomatoes together helps flush out accumulated sodium from the body and has a tremendous detoxifying synergy effect. But that's not all. The abundant dietary fiber in sweet potatoes remarkably reduces colon cancer cells by up to 70%. In fact, sweet potatoes are recognized by the Cancer Prevention Committee as one of the best foods for preventing colon and lung cancer. When paired with tomatoes, a superb anti-cancer food, they exhibit extraordinary efficacy. So make sure to include tomatoes and sweet potatoes in your diet from now on. Here's a handy tip for you. Tomatoes have antioxidant properties in their skins and are lipid soluble. So lightly sautéing them in oil or drizzling them with a bit of olive oil before consumption is highly beneficial. So remember that. The last food that pairs worst with sweet potatoes is peanuts. While it's well known that the soluble dietary fiber in sweet potatoes slows down digestion and promotes the secretion of leptin, which melts body fat, making it good for dieting, it's true. It also gives a feeling of fullness and is beneficial for respiratory health and lung health. However, consuming sweet potatoes and peanuts together significantly increases the risk of obesity. So be cautious when consuming them. Sweet potatoes are a typical carbohydrate-rich food, mainly starch-based carbohydrates. Peanuts also contain a lot of starch, so excessive carbohydrate intake can lead to potential issues. Carbohydrates are a good source of energy for our bodies. But the problem lies in the fact that carbohydrates easily accumulate fat. Therefore, carbohydrates are easily converted and stored as body fat, eventually leading to belly fat, visceral fat, and aging. So, in the future, remember not to eat sweet potatoes and peanuts together, but consume them separately. The last but not least best combination with sweet potato is yogurt. Have you ever felt your throat getting blocked after eating tough sweet potatoes? At times like these, eating them with yogurt not only helps clear your throat, but also provides excellent taste and nutrition. While the abundant fiber in sweet potatoes is beneficial for the gut, it can also take a long time to digest, potentially causing discomfort. Consuming yogurt or yogurt dressing with sweet potatoes helps digestion by introducing fermented probiotics and organic acids. Conversely, yogurt dressings often contain high levels of sodium, but sweet potatoes' potassium helps excrete sodium, making them a perfect match. Here's a quick tip. When you feel your throat blocked after eating sweet potatoes, consuming refreshing radishes alongside them is excellent. This is because radishes contain diastase, which aids digestion. So, in the future, remember to pair sweet potatoes with yogurt and radishes. Hold on. Some people have sweet potatoes as a late-night snack. However, eating them when your metabolism is slow at night can lead to the accumulation of sugar in your body, making digestion particularly challenging. It can cause fermentation in the intestines and acidification of the blood during sleep. Therefore, especially for those with diabetes or weak kidneys, it's best to avoid consuming sweet potatoes in the evening. So far, we've looked at the 3 worst pairings and 3 best pairings when consuming sweet potatoes. Let's summarize together, shall we? First, it's better to eat sweet potatoes cooked by boiling or steaming rather than raw or fried. And it's beneficial to eat them with apples and tomatoes instead of peanuts among nuts. Try pairing sweet potatoes with yogurt or radish for a delicious and nutritious combination. How does that sound? I hope you'll cook and enjoy sweet potatoes with foods that complement them well to maintain your health. Thank you so much for being with us. If today's video has been helpful, please subscribe and like it. Also, please share it with your precious family and friends. I'll always pray for your health and happiness. Did you know that eating broccoli with this particular thing could actually harm your health, despite being hailed as one of the top 10 superfoods? Broccoli too has its food matches made in heaven and those that are a recipe for disaster. Yes. Even something as beneficial as broccoli needs to be consumed correctly to truly benefit your health. Pairing it with the wrong foods might do more harm than good. So, I've got something special prepared for you. To protect our health, I will unveil the 3 worst food combinations with broccoli, as well as the 3 best ones. Stay tuned to make your broccoli dishes not only delicious but a powerhouse for your health. Hello there. Are there still some of you who haven't subscribed? Hit that subscribe button and like right now. share this with your dear ones. I promise to keep delivering only the best health information to you. You've probably heard countless times about the importance of eating vegetables for good health, right? If you had to choose just one type of vegetable, the best among healthy veggies would be the cruciferous vegetables. The name comes from the Latin crucifer, meaning cross-bearing, because the 4 petals of their flowers resemble a cross. These superfoods are packed with various nutrients and have excellent health protection effects. In our diets, we often encounter broccoli, cabbage, kale, radish, bok choy, and turnip from this family. Among these cruciferous vegetables, compounds called sulforaphane are abundant, which are known for their immune-boosting properties. Today's star among these health-boosting veggies is broccoli, recognized for its effectiveness in eliminating health-harming cells. In fact, the NCI has touted broccoli as the best anti-disease agent, and Johns Hopkins School of Medicine has praised it as a cure-all. But hey, did you know? Even such a healthy food as broccoli can be harmful when eaten with the wrong things. So, let's dive into the 3 worst food pairings for preventing our health with broccoli. And the 3 best ones that could help extend our lifespan in a healthy way. First up, the worst food combination with broccoli is, surprisingly, vinegar. Were you shocked? Many enjoy lightly steaming or blanching broccoli and dressing it with a vinegar-based dressing. However, it turns out this is a harmful combination for broccoli's nutrients. Alongside its miraculous sulforaphane, which destroys unhealthy cells, broccoli is packed with vitamins and minerals. Did you know that broccoli's vitamin C content is double that of lemons? And 7 times that of potatoes? That's right. Broccoli is a premier source of vitamin C, eliminating harmful free radicals in our body, aiding in fatigue recovery, preventing colds, and even greatly benefiting skin health. Moreover, broccoli is filled with the ultimate antioxidant, beta-carotene vitamin A, making it top-notch for boosting immunity. Especially now, during the changing seasons with cool mornings and evenings and significant temperature fluctuations. It's crucial to include broccoli in your diet. But here's the focus point. The issue is that these wonderful vitamins are very sensitive to acidity. So, if you've been diligently eating broccoli for health, but then you sprinkle it with acidic vinegar or lemon juice dressing, it's all in vain. So, what should you dip your broccoli in instead? The answer is horseradish or mustard. For broccoli's immune-boosting compound sulforaphane to be effective in the body, it needs the help of an enzyme called myrosinase. This component is abundant in spicy sauces like horseradish and mustard. Therefore, dipping broccoli in something other than vinegar or sour dressings, like horseradish or mustard, is the miraculous way to consume it. This method not only preserves vitamins, but also maximizes the antioxidant effects. So, the first food pairing with broccoli we recommend is tangerines or oranges. What fruit comes to mind first as the weather gets chilly? Without a doubt, it's the sweet and tangy tangerine. Tangerines, a vitamin treasure, are a perfect match with broccoli. Besides the vitamins I've mentioned earlier, broccoli is also rich in iron. The iron content in broccoli is more than double that of other vegetables and is of very high quality, making it exceptionally well absorbed by the body. Thus, it's excellent not only for relieving muscle aches and cramps, but also for purifying the blood, strengthening the vessels, and being the best in preventing anemia. But here's a focal point. There's one way to double the absorption rate of the fantastic iron in broccoli. When you eat foods rich in vitamin C, like tangerines and oranges, along with broccoli, the vitamin C helps in the absorption of iron, creating an incredible synergy effect. Also, broccoli's vitamin K aids in the absorption of calcium, making it really great for preventing osteoporosis. As the tangerines and oranges packed with nutrients. Make sure to pair them with broccoli and oranges. Secondly, the worst combo with broccoli is for those taking certain blood thinners for high blood pressure or high cholesterol, like warfarin, or those who are on aspirin. You might already know that broccoli, rich in potassium, antioxidants, and a good amount of calcium, is excellent for preventing high blood pressure. Indeed, consistent consumption of broccoli has been proven to lower the pressure in the heart and arteries and reduce stress, especially as the colder seasons approach. When blood vessels tend to constrict and make acute illnesses more likely, broccoli becomes a must-have food, but pay close attention here. The vitamin K in broccoli works in direct opposition to warfarin-based blood pressure medications. While aspirin and medications for high blood pressure and hyperlipidemia work to thin the blood to prevent sudden blood clots, broccoli helps in clotting the blood, aiding in stopping bleeding and healing wounds within the blood vessels. Thus, even with all the benefits of broccoli, there's a risk that it could interfere with the effectiveness of prescription medications. So you must be cautious. It's advised to wait about 2 hours after taking your medication before consuming broccoli. And a quick note, if you're thinking of drinking concentrated broccoli juice, be aware that it could strain your liver. So it's recommended to consume broccoli cooked indirectly. Next up, the second best food match for broccoli is onions. Above all, broccoli is packed with a component called selenium, which neutralizes harmful free radicals and boosts our immune system. In fact, it has incredible benefits against colon, lung, breast, and liver disease. Plus it's rich in dietary fiber, which binds to harmful substances and carcinogens in the gut and helps eliminate them from the body. So by including broccoli in your diet, you strengthen your basic immune system, preventing colds and coughs and keeping your body robust against diseases. And here's where it gets even more amazing. Pairing it with onions can create a miraculous effect. The quercetin in onions significantly boosts the benefits of broccoli. Quercetin helps prevent damage to the walls of blood vessels, lowers the levels of unhealthy LDL cholesterol, and has been shown to reduce blood pressure. Adding onions to broccoli not only enhances its vascular protective effects but the pungent flavor of onions, due to compounds like allyl sulfides, greatly aids in dilating blood vessels. Moreover, when broccoli and onions are eaten together, they can melt away arteriosclerosis and hyperlipidemia, breaking down body fat, which aids in dieting and weight management. Truly a miraculous method. Lastly, the third group for whom broccoli might not be the best match includes individuals with diabetes or those needing to manage their blood sugar levels. Broccoli has a very low glycemic index (GI) score and is incredibly effective at lowering blood sugar, making it a popular choice among many people with diabetes. In fact, based on research that studied the genetic profiles of diabetic patients, the sulforaphane in broccoli has been proven to effectively reduce blood sugar levels. However, the issue arises because this effect can be too powerful. Looking at the diets of actual diabetic patients, it was found that an excessive inclusion of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli led to numerous cases of hypoglycemia. For instance, some people even replace rice with broccoli or cauliflower for blood sugar management or weight control. Remember, even with the best foods, too much of a good thing can be harmful. So moderation is the key here. Here's a tip. Some might overcook broccoli, losing all its vitamins and sulforaphane. Among cooking methods, steaming or using the microwave preserves its nutrients better than boiling. So, this is crucial to remember. Lastly, the third best food match for broccoli is tomatoes. You're probably already aware of how beneficial tomatoes are for health. Alongside broccoli, tomatoes are recognized as one of the top 10 superfoods. When you eat them together, they act as a miraculous immune-boosting duo. In fact, the antioxidant lycopene in tomatoes is absorbed much more effectively when digested with broccoli. Research has shown that this combination has incredible effectiveness. It boosts the wellness-supporting cells and prevents strength in our immune system, making it an ideal pairing. Particularly, it was found that the vitamin U content in broccoli is significantly higher in the stems than in the florets. And when you lightly sauté tomatoes and broccoli together in oil, the nutrient absorption rate skyrockets very effectively. So, this is definitely something to remember. So far, we've looked into 3 of the worst and 3 of the best food pairings with broccoli. Shall we do a final recap? Instead of dipping broccoli in vinegar-based sauce, try it with horseradish or mustard to maximize its immune-boosting properties. Also, broccoli, being a vitamin powerhouse, pairs wonderfully with tangerines, making it an excellent choice. If you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, it's safe to eat broccoli about 2 hours apart from taking your medication. Moreover, eating it with onions is great for preventing cardiovascular diseases. And for those who need to manage blood sugar, remember not to overdo it with broccoli. Just the right amount is key. Pairing it with tomatoes makes for an absolutely perfect combo. As the weather gets colder and the temperature changes become more pronounced, it's crucial to include broccoli in your diet for cold prevention, immune system boosting, and eliminating carcinogens from the body. How does that sound? I hope you'll prepare and enjoy broccoli with these perfect food combinations to maintain your health. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you found today's video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Also, share this with your beloved family and friends. I always pray for your health and happiness. Did you know that eating this with bananas can harm your health? Even though bananas are a superfood for your health, there are foods that go well with them and others that don't. Even with such good bananas, you should eat them wisely for your body's benefit. Eating them with unhealthy foods can actually harm your health. That's why I've prepared this for you. To protect your health and immunity, I'll tell you about 3 worst combinations of food with bananas and 3 best combinations. Hello! I'm your health expert, Dr. John. Are there still people who haven't subscribed yet? Please subscribe and hit the like button right away. Also, please share with your loved ones. I'll continue to provide only the best health information from now on. When you think of morning meal replacements or hearty snacks, there's a fruit that comes to mind first. It used to be a fruit so precious that only the wealthy could afford it. But nowadays, it's affordable, and you can enjoy it abundantly if you buy a bunch. Today's star is none other than the banana. When you peel off its bright yellow skin, you'll find sweet and soft, creamy flesh. Not only is it delicious, but it's also a true all-around beauty with numerous health benefits, such as protect your cells, immune boosting, and aiding in dieting. Some people enjoy eating it as it is, while others make banana chips by drying them, or include them in juices along with other fruits or vegetables. Bananas ripen from green to yellow to black, and as they ripen, their health benefits change significantly, making them a fascinating food. But did you know? Even with such healthful bananas, there are foods that, when eaten together, can harm your health. Now, let's explore 3 worst combinations of food that harm your health when eating with bananas. And 3 best combinations of food that boost immunity, along with recipes. First, the worst combination of food with bananas is milk. Are you surprised? Because bananas are filling, some people have them as a meal replacement on an empty stomach in the morning, or blend them with milk to make banana milkshakes. However, bananas and milk, which might seem like a perfect match, are not a good combination for health. Wait, are there still people who think that the sugar in bananas is bad for health? Let me clarify this for you. Bananas are rich in dietary fiber that helps balance blood sugar, and they are also packed with minerals and vitamins that fight against diseases. Especially, depending on the ripening process, bananas have different health benefits, making them amazing fruits. Unripe green bananas have resistant starches that are 20 times higher than ripe yellow bananas. They have a very low glycemic index, making them excellent for blood sugar management. Green bananas are full of prebiotics that act as food for probiotics in the gut, promoting gut health. On the other hand, as bananas ripen and turn yellow, they become sweeter and their sugar content increases. Especially, they become rich in antioxidants, vitamin B, and vitamin C. Finally, as they become overripe and develop brown spots, they are called sugar spots, known as antioxidants that fight against health-harming cells. While the vitamins and minerals in yellow bananas decrease, these brown spots are filled with health protection properties that strengthen the power of white blood cells. So, green bananas are great for diabetes prevention and dieting due to their low glycemic index. Yellow bananas are packed with vitamins and antioxidants. And finally, brown bananas are the best anti-disease foods. However, are you worried that the natural sugars in bananas might raise your blood sugar? Here's the solution. When you consume them together, milk lowers blood sugar because lactose in milk lowers it, making it a great combination. Moreover, bananas are rich in magnesium, and surprisingly, when you consume magnesium from bananas with milk, it helps the calcium in milk be fully absorbed into our bodies. But pay attention here. All these benefits only apply to those with strong stomachs. As we age, our stomachs and intestines weaken, and many experience reflux, where food regurgitates. Especially, you might have felt discomfort as if the banana was stuck after eating it for satiety. There's a reason for this. The rich dietary fiber in bananas is insoluble and doesn't dissolve well, so it stays in the stomach for a long time. If you consume milk with it, a bigger problem arises. The organic acids and sugars in bananas combine with the abundant calcium and protein in milk, forming lumps, making digestion even slower. In this process, over-fermentation occurs in the stomach, putting a significant strain on the stomach and intestines, causing fatigue and lethargy. Eventually, it can lead to chronic conditions like gastritis and reflux esophagitis. So never consume bananas and milk together. Instead, opt for food combinations that are easier to digest. Then what should you eat with bananas? The first food I recommend to pair with bananas is oatmeal. Instead of having bananas and milk on an empty stomach in the morning, you can have oatmeal or oatmeal porridge together with bananas. Oatmeal's dietary fiber is much better for gut health, making it the perfect match. Wait, are there some of you who are puzzled, thinking, bananas have a lot of dietary fiber, so why is it good to eat them with oatmeal? Yes, both bananas and oats are rich in dietary fiber, but they are completely different types. A banana contains about 3 grams of fiber, and most of it is insoluble fiber, which mainly helps increase the volume and weight of stools. That's why eating bananas might actually lead to constipation. So, for gut health, you should consume soluble fiber, which absorbs water well. That's where oatmeal and oats come in. Oats contain over 50% soluble fiber. So when you eat them with bananas, you can perfectly balance your fiber intake. Moreover, the fiber pectin in bananas surprisingly helps lower cholesterol levels in the blood vessels. It detoxifies the body and eliminates heavy metals. Here's a tip. For this detoxifying effect, you should consume unripe green bananas, along with the resistant starch found in green bananas. You'll also get the effects of natural insulin and beta-glucan in oats, which help regulate blood sugar levels. Secondly, the worst combination of food with bananas is sweet potatoes. Despite being regarded as excellent meal replacements and diet foods, bananas and sweet potatoes surprisingly don't go well together. While excessive dietary fiber can indeed strain digestion, there's a more serious issue at hand. That's potassium. Some might wonder, isn't potassium a beneficial mineral for health? Yes, potassium is an essential mineral for our bodies. It's particularly crucial for cell health and regulates the functions of the heart and muscles, providing energy to our bodies. Additionally, potassium helps flush sodium out of our bodies, thereby stabilizing blood pressure and preventing cardiovascular diseases like hypertension, hyperlipidemia, and atherosclerosis. However, pay attention here. This beneficial potassium can pose a significant burden for those with poor kidney function. If potassium isn't adequately excreted from the kidneys, it can weaken muscles and even lead to irregular heartbeats. The issue lies in the fact that both bananas and sweet potatoes are rich in potassium. Consuming them together can lead to excessive potassium intake, increasing the risk of hyperkalemia. So, rather than consuming them together, it's better to have them separately. To ensure you benefit from each food's nutritional properties without risking potassium overload. Secondly, the best food to pair with bananas is nuts. Nowadays, many people suffer from insomnia and stress, right? A calm mind leads to a calm body, so stress relief and sound sleep are crucial for health. Consuming bananas with nuts is the perfect solution. Nuts contain beneficial unsaturated fatty acids and omega-3, but most importantly, they're rich in tryptophan. This tryptophan surprisingly converts into the happiness hormone serotonin in the brain. But pay attention here for tryptophan to convert into the happiness hormone. It requires vitamin B6. Today's start. The banana is rich in vitamin B6. Therefore, when you consume nuts and bananas together, they perfectly alleviate depression and insomnia. Additionally, bananas' magnesium has muscle relaxation benefits. So having a banana in the evening can further improve sleep quality. Moreover, bananas' potassium helps maintain stable heartbeats and balances the body's fluid levels, which is beneficial for keeping the metabolism balanced and less prone to stress. Now, as the last, third worst combination of food with bananas, we have cabbage. Many people diligently consume bananas and cabbage as the best anti-disease food combination, right? That's correct. As mentioned earlier, when bananas become overripe, they develop brown spots, known as sugar spots. In this state, the sugar content increases, but most importantly, it's when the polyphenol levels, which boost immunity, are at their highest. Thus fully ripe bananas are referred to as the guardians of anti-disease. According to Japan National Cancer Research Institutes, spotted bananas have a remarkable effect on creating TNF immune cells. They enhance white blood cell function by 8 times more than unripe green bananas. At this point, when you consume cabbage, known as the epitome of green vegetables due to its high content of chlorophyll and vitamin U, along with bananas, it synergistically enhances health-protecting effects. However, unfortunately, when you consume cabbage and bananas together, the body consumes a large amount of vitamin B6, which can lead to deficiency symptoms. Should you give up the anti-disease benefits and worry while consuming them? No, there's a miraculous solution. By consuming cabbage and bananas along with just one other food, everything is resolved. Then, the third recommendation for the best food to pair with bananas is eggs. Eggs are packed with numerous nutritional benefits, especially being rich in vitamin B6. When consumed with bananas and cabbage, eggs can prevent any loss of nutrients and only provide synergistic effects. Moreover, this vitamin B6, nicknamed the brain vitamin, plays a crucial role in supplying glucose, the brain's energy source. Furthermore, when you consume eggs, considered one of the most nutritious whole foods on Earth, along with bananas, it perfectly fills in any protein and nutrient gaps. Wait, if you consume only bananas as a meal replacement for breakfast, it might strain those with weak kidneys due to the magnesium content, worsening low blood pressure. But when consumed with eggs, it balances out the perfect nutritional equilibrium, allowing you to recharge energy and restore vitality without any worries and quickly. So far, we've looked at the 3 worst combinations and 3 best foods to pair with bananas. Let's summarize them together. First, instead of consuming bananas with milk, have them with oats or oatmeal. Secondly, since bananas are high in potassium, avoid pairing them with sweet potatoes and opt for nuts instead. Lastly, remember that bananas go well not only with cabbage but also with eggs. How does that sound? By taking care to pair bananas with foods that complement them well, you can protect your health and boost immune system. Thank you so much for spending time with me. If you found today's video helpful, please subscribe and like it. Also, don't forget to share it with your loved ones and friends. I'll always keep you in my prayers for your health and happiness. Did you know that eating cabbage with this can actually harm your health? Cabbage is well known as one of the best foods that good for your health. There are foods that go very well with cabbage and some that do not. Even though cabbage is healthy, you need to eat it correctly for it to be good for your health. Eating cabbage with bad foods can harm your health. I will tell you about 3 foods that are the worst combinations with cabbage for boosting your health. And also 3 foods that are the best combinations with cabbage. Especially for certain people, cabbage needs to be eaten carefully. So please stay tuned until the end. Are there anyone who didn't subscribe yet? Please hit the subscribe and like buttons right now. I will continue to bring you the best health information. When we eat, we don't consume just one type of ingredient. In a single dish, various ingredients complement each other's taste and health effects. However, just because ingredients taste good together doesn't mean that their nutritional values match well. Eating foods with poor nutritional combinations can harm your body and even lead to serious health issues. Every natural ingredient has its own beneficial nutrients. Knowing these nutrients and consuming them properly is the best habit for your health. Today's topic is cabbage, one of the best health foods. Everyone knows that cabbage is good for the health. But did you know that there are foods that can harm your health when eaten with cabbage? There are even people who should never eat cabbage. Now, let's learn about the 3 worst and 3 best food combinations with cabbage and discover a miraculous recipe. The first thing you should never eat with cabbage is high blood pressure medication and aspirin. Especially if you are taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin and aspirin, you should avoid cabbage. Cabbage is rich in polyphenol and anthocyanins, which are excellent for lowering blood pressure and preventing cardiovascular diseases. Many patients with high blood pressure and high cholesterol take it regularly. But pay attention here. If you are prescribed aspirin and high blood pressure or high cholesterol medications, the situation is entirely different. Warfarin-based blood pressure medications and aspirin work as anticoagulants, thinning the if a blood clot forms in your blood vessels. These anticoagulants help dissolve the clot and keep the blood flowing, preventing blockages. They help prevent conditions like cerebral hemorrhage, stroke, and cerebral infarction. However, the vitamin K in cabbage does the exact opposite. Vitamin K activates platelets and helps blood clot at injury sites and blood vessels. While high blood pressure medications and aspirin thin the blood, vitamin K in cabbage thickens it. Therefore, if you are taking high blood pressure or high cholesterol medications and aspirin, you need to be very cautious with cabbage consumption. Vitamin K in cabbage can reduce the effectiveness of your prescribed medications. Check now if any of the medications you regularly take include warfarin, but here is the kick. Does this mean you should completely avoid cabbage if you're on these medications? No. There is a miraculous recipe that even these individuals can enjoy. The first food that pairs perfectly with cabbage is apples. Eating cabbage and apples together is safe and beneficial. The potassium in apples helps dilate blood vessels. When you consume the sulforaphane in cabbage, which inhibits blood clots, along with the potassium in apples, it greatly improves blood circulation and lowers blood pressure. This makes it a miraculous combination. From now on, always eat cabbage with apples. A recommended recipe is cabbage apple juice. Blend cabbage and apples together. Steaming or cooking the cabbage before blending can increase its absorption. So remember this tip. It is especially good to drink this on an empty stomach in the morning. You can also add carrots to the juice. Carrots promote blood formation and improve blood flow in the vessels. However, if you add raw carrots, the enzyme ascorbinase in carrots can destroy the vitamin C in cabbage and apples. Adding a little vinegar or lemon juice can reduce this vitamin destruction, allowing you to get all the vitamins from the cabbage and apples. Plus, it neutralizes the strong sulfur smell of cabbage, making it a double benefit. The second worst combination for cabbage is for people with weak thyroid function. Cabbage contains a variety of nutrients and is very beneficial for stomach health, which is why many people eat it often. However, if you have hypothyroidism or an iodine deficiency that weakens your thyroid, eating cabbage can worsen your symptoms. Cabbage contains glucosinolates, which are miraculous antioxidants that help maintain youthfulness. These compounds inhibit the production of hormones. Especially, they have been proven to have anti-disease effects on various health issues for stomach and breast. However, these compounds can interfere with the production of thyroid hormones or the absorption of iodine, making cabbage unsuitable for people with weak thyroids. Cabbage contains a lot of nitrogen and sulfur compounds, and its goitrogenic substances can inhibit the production of thyroid hormones in the body. Therefore, people with weak thyroid should avoid eating cabbage. Does this mean you should never eat cabbage if you have a thyroid condition? No. There's a miraculous way to consume it. Instead of eating cabbage raw, cook it. The compounds that inhibit iodine synthesis are very sensitive to heat. Blanching the cabbage in boiling water for about 30 seconds. Steaming it or lightly stir-frying it in oil can make it safe to eat. Pay attention, the second food that pairs well with cabbage is grapefruit. Cabbage pairs excellently with sour fruits, and eating it with grapefruit can maximize its antioxidant effects. Cabbage is rich in anti-disease compounds, particularly isothiocyanates, which have been found to be much more effective than many conventional treatments. These compounds are effective in preventing various serious conditions, including those affecting the breast, prostate, bladder, colon, and thyroid. Additionally, cabbage activates white blood cells that fight disease and promotes the secretion of TNF, which helps destroy cancer cells. When you eat cabbage with grapefruit, which is rich in vitamin C, the antioxidant effects are greatly enhanced. The carotenoids in cabbage prevent the aging of skin cells and help regenerate cells, making the skin smooth and elastic. It also helps remove waste products from the body, making the combination with grapefruit even more effective. Furthermore, cabbage is high in dietary fiber and low in calories, making it excellent for weight loss. Grapefruit contains naringin, which has a bitter taste and helps reduce visceral fat. Therefore, from now on, always eat cabbage with grapefruit. The third highly risky cabbage food is cabbage juice or extract. Many people are surprised by this because they drink a lot of cabbage extract juice for their health. Cabbage is often called a natural stomach protector. It contains sulforaphane, which inhibits the spread of Helicobacter pylori, a bacteria that causes stomach ulcers, making it particularly beneficial for stomach health. Cabbage is also rich in vitamin U, which strengthens and regenerates the stomach lining, and antioxidants like riboflavin and carotenoids, which are very effective for colon and stomach health. However, pay attention. Consuming cabbage in juice form is a completely different story. When cabbage is extracted, the fiber is significantly destroyed, and the sugars are concentrated, which is not good for diabetics. Additionally, cabbage juice can disrupt the balance of potassium and sodium in the blood, making it harmful for people with weak kidneys. People with sensitive intestines should especially avoid it, as cabbage ferments easily in the colon, producing gas that can irritate the colon and cause bloating. This bloating can lead to irritable bowel syndrome and even colon inflammation or serious health issues. Furthermore, cabbage has a cooling effect that can easily cause diarrhea or abdominal bloating, so it should be consumed with caution. So, what foods should we eat with cabbage? The third highly recommended food combination with cabbage is milk. Milk is rich in protein, vitamins, and calcium, which not only complement the nutrients in cabbage, but also neutralize stomach acid and stabilize the stomach's condition. Specifically, the vitamin U in cabbage combines with the protein in milk to synthesize a new protein that protects the stomach lining from damage caused by stomach acid. This significantly enhances cabbage's benefits for stomach health. This method is a miraculous way for people with sensitive intestines to safely consume cabbage. If you frequently experience heartburn or digestive issues, eating cabbage with milk can be very beneficial. Blending cabbage and milk together and drinking it as a breakfast substitute on an empty stomach is also an excellent method. We've now covered the 3 worst and 3 best food combinations with cabbage. Then it's time to summarize. If you are taking high blood pressure medication or aspirin, you should always eat cabbage with apples. Blending cabbage and apples with carrots is even better. And don't forget to add vinegar or lemon juice. If you have a weak thyroid, you should never eat raw cabbage. Always cook it before eating. Lastly, instead of concentrated cabbage juice, chew cabbage thoroughly with milk. How does that sound? Cabbage is an excellent health vegetable, and I hope you can eat it with the right food combinations to maintain your health. Thank you for staying with me today. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and like. Also, share it with your precious family and friends. I always pray for your health and happiness. Thank you. You've probably heard a lot about how drinking 3 cups of coffee a day is good for your health. But wait. Doing so might actually harm your health, especially when you have it with this. Did you know that having coffee with certain things can lead to cancer and dementia? Even your daily coffee has its best and worst food matches. So, I've got you covered. For cancer and dementia prevention, I'll share with you the 3 worst foods to have with coffee. And the 3 best foods that go perfectly with it. Hello there. Are there anyone who haven't subscribed yet? Hit subscribe and like right now. Please share this video with your loved ones. I promise to keep bringing you the best health information. These days, it's often said we're living in a coffee state, with our nation being among the world's top coffee consumers. The passion for coffee here is truly remarkable. The coffee we enjoy 2-3 times a day is packed with benefits. Not just for diabetes and dementia prevention but also for fighting cancer and cardiovascular diseases. Plus, the stimulating effect of caffeine adds vitality and energy to our daily life. The delightful and rich aroma of coffee boosts dopamine production, enhancing mood and even helping with depression. But did you know? Even coffee, as beneficial as it is, can be harmful when paired with certain foods. So, let's dive into the 3 worst food pairings with coffee for cancer and dementia prevention. And the 3 best pairings that can help extend our lives healthily. First off, the worst choice to pair with your coffee is, surprisingly, sweet coffee drinks like vanilla lattes. Many of you might grab one of these sweetened coffee drinks after a meal, right? When you look at what's in them. Beyond the coffee, you find a huge amount of sugar, powdered creamers, and other synthetic additives. Putting aside the freshness of the coffee granules, the excessive amount of sugar is the biggest issue. You already know sugar isn't good for you. But why are sweet coffee drinks particularly bad for your health? It's mainly because you have them after eating. Imagine this. You've already had your fill of carbs and sugar from your meal, raising your blood sugar. And then you top it off with a sugar-packed coffee drink. Exactly, it spikes your insulin resistance and leaves extra sugar floating in your bloodstream. This leftover blood sugar acts as glycotoxins, causing inflammation in your vessels, which can lead to cancer. If it goes to the liver, it causes fatty liver disease. If it reaches the brain, it can shrink the hippocampus, responsible for memory, reducing brain size and leading to dementia. Moreover, increasing insulin resistance is a direct path to diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, and other metabolic syndromes. And there's more. The creamy powder that adds a rich flavor is another big issue. Because its fat content easily turns into visceral fat in your body, making sweet coffee drinks after meals a terrible habit for your waistline and cholesterol levels. So, what kind of coffee should you drink? The answer is filtered or brewed, Americano and espresso, made from freshly roasted beans without any added sugar. By choosing this kind of coffee, you avoid the sugar and calories that are the downsides of sweet coffee drinks, keeping only the benefits of coffee. Drinking 2-3 cups of good coffee a day is really good for your health. And for those who sometimes add syrup to their coffee, remember that liquid fructose or corn syrup, often called syrup, is even worse for your health than sugar, so you should definitely avoid it. So, what should you add to your coffee, or eat with it? There's a miraculous way to maximize the benefits of coffee and drink it like a tonic, and it involves one of the top 3 spices in the world, the cinnamon. In fact, in Mexico, adding a cinnamon stick to coffee is a traditional health and longevity secret known as café de olla. Did you know coffee is excellent for heart health? Recent studies presented at the European Society of Cardiology have shown that 3 cups of coffee a day can significantly reduce the risk of stroke and cardiovascular diseases by up to 60%. And why is that? You might wonder. It's because coffee is rich in antioxidants called polyphenol. Astonishingly, the amount of polyphenol in coffee is 3 times that of green tea, and 9 times that of black tea. These components not only strengthen the blood vessels and cleanse the blood, but also reduce inflammation levels within the vessels. Now, here's the kick. Cinnamon is also packed with these miraculous antioxidants, polyphenol. When combined, coffee and cinnamon create an incredible synergy. Interestingly, the polyphenol in cinnamon help expand the blood vessels and nourish the joints. With the colder weather, causing many to experience numbness and swelling in their hands and feet. Combining coffee and cinnamon can aid in improving blood circulation. You can either stick a cinnamon stick in your coffee, or simply mix in about half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder for the perfect golden ratio. It's a great combination to try. So, the second worst match for coffee is actually medication. This includes not just supplements but also any prescription drugs you might be taking. Are there any of you who think because coffee's caffeine speeds up metabolism, it might make your medicine work faster? Or, do you take your post-meal supplements with coffee? Doing so not only renders the medicine ineffective, but can also cause serious health issues. Drinking coffee when you're tired can momentarily beat sleepiness and boost your focus, right? That's because the caffeine in coffee stimulates blood circulation, waking you up and giving you a burst of energy. While this is great on its own, it's very risky to mix this with medication. First off, supplements are full of good stuff like vitamins B, C, D, or minerals such as iron. But caffeine from coffee can block these beneficial ingredients from being absorbed in your stomach, making them useless. Moreover, mixing coffee with prescription drugs can lead to even bigger problems. Common medications like aspirin and stomach medicine when taken with coffee can increase stomach acid and cause severe irritation. This could lead to serious issues like stomach spasms, perforations, and ulcers. Also, medicine for cold and cough, which already has a stimulating effect when added to the stimulating effect of caffeine, can cause your heart to race and blood pressure to spike, leading to emergencies like arrhythmias and brain hemorrhages. Plus, if you're taking diuretics for conditions like high blood pressure, coffee's diuretic effect can overburden your kidneys. Therefore, it's crucial to avoid taking coffee with supplements and prescription drugs. If you wait 1 or 2 hours between them, you can enjoy the benefits of your medicine and coffee without any problems. At this point, the best food pairing I recommend with coffee is definitely milk. Many of you enjoy adding milk to your coffee to make lattes or cappuccinos, right? Adding milk not only softens the bitterness and acidity of coffee, making it smoother and creamier, but it also enhances its health benefits. Have you noticed you tend to visit the bathroom more often after drinking coffee? That's because of the diuretic effect of caffeine in coffee, which helps with metabolism and blood circulation, speeding up the elimination of waste from your body. While this can be good, it also poses a big problem. Caffeine can cause the calcium in your body to be expelled along with it. That's why coffee is sometimes called a calcium thief. Moreover, caffeine can even interfere with the absorption of calcium in the body. So, how can we counteract this downside? By pairing coffee with the king of calcium, milk. Even if caffeine flushes out calcium, the ample amount of calcium in milk ensures you can drink coffee without worries. Additionally, the bitter and acidic taste of coffee can stimulate the production of stomach acid. Milk creates a protective layer in the stomach and neutralizes acidity, making it an excellent choice. Plus, adding protein balances the nutritional value of your coffee, making milk and coffee a perfect match. The third worst food to pair with coffee might surprise you: it's chocolate. A sweet chocolate cake with a cup of Americano can be delicious. And there are also coffees drizzled with chocolate syrup, like a chocolate frappuccino. Some even pair dark chocolate with coffee, for diet purposes. Wait a second. Coffee is known to aid weight loss, but do you know why? It's because of brown fat. When we think of fat, we often think of the bad kind that makes you gain weight, like visceral fat, which stores leftover nutrients as white fat in your body. On the other hand, there's good, brown fat, which burns off bad fat and helps prevent obesity. Amazingly, caffeine in coffee stimulates this good brown fat, aiding in weight loss. Plus, caffeine boosts metabolism, speeding up fat burning. But here's the catch. While pairing dark chocolate with coffee might seem like a boost to diet effects, it can lead to serious problems. The reason is that both chocolate and coffee are full of caffeine. So, when you have coffee and chocolate together, you end up consuming too much caffeine. The American Heart Association warns that excessive caffeine intake can cause severe stimulation effects, increasing the risk of heart attacks due to arrhythmias. So, from now on, it's better to enjoy chocolate and coffee separately. Then, what snacks might be good to pair with your coffee? The third and the last, best pairing I recommend with coffee is nuts. Did you know coffee is great for brain health and preventing dementia? It's true. The caffeine in 2-3 cups of coffee a day actually stops the formation of tau proteins, which can cause dementia. Plus, the antioxidants in coffee protect and even help regenerate brain nerve cells. This means coffee can boost cognitive abilities and memory, and it's really good at preventing dementia, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's disease. And here's where it gets even better. When you pair nuts with your coffee, you create an amazing synergy. Did you know our brain uses up about 20% of our body's energy? That's why it's crucial to feed our brain with the right nutrients. Nuts like walnuts, almonds, and peanuts are not only full of various nutrients but also rich in unsaturated fatty acids, which activate brain cells. This doesn't just boost your memory. It also clears fats stuck in your blood vessels, cleaning them out. So, better blood flow means more oxygen for your brain. Remember to grab a handful of nuts with your coffee next time. It adds a delicious nutty flavor and boosts your health too. So far, we've looked at the 3 worst and 3 best food pairings with coffee. Then, it's time to wrap it up. Instead of sugary mixed coffees, go for unbrewed or filtered good coffee. And sprinkle some cinnamon or nutmeg on it for a healthy twist. Also, don't take supplements or prescription drugs with your coffee, but have it with milk instead. Skip having coffee with chocolate, and pair it with nuts to boost your brain health. How does that sound? I hope by choosing the right companions for your coffee, you'll take good care of your health. Thank you so much for staying with me today. If you found today's tips helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And do share this with your dear family and friends. I'll always pray for your health and happiness. Thank you. Did you know that eating this with garlic can actually harm your health? Even healthy garlic has foods that pair perfectly with it. And foods that don't even good garlic needs to be eaten properly to be beneficial to your body. If you eat it with foods that are bad for you, it can actually harm your health. So I prepared this to protect your health. I'll tell you about the 3 worst foods to eat with garlic, as well as the 3 best foods. Also, we'll reveal the miracle method discovered by the National Cancer Institute that can cut the incidence of illness in half. We will reveal everything today. Hello. Are there any of you who haven't subscribed yet? Please hit subscribe and like right now. Please share it with your loved ones. We will continue to bring you only the best health information. Recently, cancer has been occurring in 1 out of every 3 people in our country, making it a common disease in the world. Today's star is none other than garlic, which has been selected as the #1 anti-cancer food among 40 famous anti-cancer foods by the National Cancer Institute of the United States. There's an old saying that a table with garlic is better than a pharmacy, emphasizing how beneficial garlic is for the body. Garlic is truly a healthy food. It effectively prevents high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and arteriosclerosis, making it the best blood-purifying tonic to prevent cardiovascular and cerebrovascular diseases, which are the top 3 causes of death. But everyone, did you know that there are foods that can harm your health when eaten with such healthy garlic? Now, let's learn about the 3 worst foods to eat with garlic, and the 3 best foods that pair perfectly with it. The first garlic food that is worst for preventing disease is garlic pickles. Were you surprised? Many people eat pickled garlic, garlic in vinegar, or fermented garlic extract for their health. These methods remove the smell and pungency while preserving garlic's health benefits, making them excellent choices. When stored this way, the efficacy of raw garlic remains almost intact, and they are filled with sulfides that are good for blood vessel health. Especially, black garlic, which is fermented garlic, produces a new protein called gamma-glutamyl-cysteine during the fermentation process, which enhances its antioxidant and anti-disease effects. But here's the focus. There are people who should never eat such good garlic pickles, vinegar, or fermented extracts. First, those with weak stomachs and intestines should be particularly cautious. Allicin, the component that gives garlic its pungent taste, has excellent anti-disease effects, but becomes more concentrated and stronger during the process, greatly irritating the stomach lining. If you continuously irritate your stomach with such spicy and bitter foods, it can exacerbate symptoms like gastritis and gastric ulcers. Additionally, the concentration process strengthens the warfarin component of garlic. This is particularly concerning if you are on high blood pressure medication, high cholesterol medication, or aspirin, or if you are about to undergo surgery. These medications work to dissolve clots in your blood, a process that garlic also supports. If you take these prescription medications in the warfarin category and consume concentrated garlic juice or pickles, your blood can become too thin and fail to clot properly. Such delayed blood clotting can lead to uncontrolled bleeding and eventually excessive bleeding. But that's not all. People with diabetes should particularly avoid garlic pickles, vinegar, and concentrates. The reason is that they are too sweet, which is bad for blood sugar control. While garlic's strong pungent taste might mask it, garlic is actually quite high in sugar. What happens if you eat pickles made with a lot of added sugar? Excessive sugar intake leads to obesity and increases insulin resistance. Ultimately, it fills your blood with sticky triglycerides. While garlic works to clean your blood, consuming sugar makes it sticky, rendering it useless. Moreover, sugar intake doesn't just lead to diabetes. It also reduces the size of your brain. High blood sugar levels shrink the hippocampus, the center of memory, and reduce its size. Getting accustomed to sweet tastes destroys brain nerve cells, and is the worst habit that leads to dementia. Therefore, do not eat superfood garlic pickled in sugar anymore. Instead, eat it with healthy foods. The first recommended food that pairs perfectly with garlic is green vegetables. The allicin in garlic, which gives it its pungent taste, is excellent not only for boosting your immune system, but also for your brain health. This is because it helps regenerate nerve cells in our body. Allicin, S-allyl, and allocysteine in garlic are very effective against diseases such as cerebral hemorrhage, stroke, and degenerative neurological diseases. They also have antioxidant effects, boost the immune system, and are great for fatigue recovery. While the spiciness of garlic is very good for health, it does have one drawback. The spicy taste can irritate the stomach and cause discomfort. At this point, pairing garlic with other green vegetables makes for the perfect combination. The nutrients, vitamins, and minerals in vegetables combined with garlic's good antioxidant components not only create a nutritional synergy, but also soothe the stomach, aiding in nutrient absorption and digestion. Therefore, from now on, make sure to eat garlic with green vegetables. Next, the second worst garlic food is garlic bread. Nowadays, bread slathered with garlic butter sauce is really popular. Garlic is a very healthy food, but it's not good for you when eaten with carbohydrate-rich foods like bread. Flour, the main ingredient in bread, is 92% carbohydrates and has a very high glycemic index. When you eat bread, your blood sugar spikes quickly and is rapidly absorbed by the body, easily turning into fat and leading to weight gain. Additionally, this high glycemic index causes excessive insulin secretion, which goes to the liver, eventually leading to fatty liver. In fact, the biggest problem is addiction. When gluten from flour enters your body, it is converted by gut bacteria into a highly addictive substance called exorphin. This substance causes flour addiction and leads to overeating. Even if garlic works hard in your body to perform anti-disease and antioxidant activities and cleans your blood vessels, eating it with bread renders these benefits useless and can even be harmful. So, you should never eat garlic as bread. So, how should we eat garlic? The second recommended food that pairs perfectly with garlic is pork. In particular, the combination of garlic and pork is truly excellent. The allicin in garlic, which gives it its sharp, spicy taste, helps the vitamin B1 in pork to be well absorbed by our bodies. When allicin and vitamin B1 combine, they transform into allithiamine in the body, which is great for recovering from fatigue, boosting energy, and providing anti-disease effects. Moreover, the scorbunene component in garlic is excellent for maintaining muscle mass as you age. Therefore, from now on, make sure to eat garlic with pork belly, or stir-fried pork. But that's not all. When you grill pork, carcinogens like benzopyrene can form on the charred meat. When you eat it with garlic, the powerful antibacterial effects of garlic help eliminate these carcinogens, expel heavy metals from the body and remove food poisoning bacteria, making it healthier and safer to eat. Garlic also neutralizes the proteins in meat, making it tender and easier to digest while removing any unpleasant odors. Therefore, garlic and pork not only taste great together, but also make the perfect healthy combination. The third worst garlic food is garlic chips fried, flakes. Did anyone think that since garlic is healthy, frying it would also be healthy? That's not true. While fried garlic is crispy and tasty, its nutritional benefits are hard to expect. This is because the good nutrients in garlic are destroyed during the frying process, turning it into something harmful. When making fried foods, don't you use high smoke point oils like corn oil or cooking oil to make them crispy? These oils are all omega-6 oils, which disrupt the balance of unsaturated fatty acids in the body and cause inflammation. Inflammation in the blood vessels not only worsens arteriosclerosis, arthritis, diabetes, and hypertension, but also ultimately leads to harm your health. Moreover, frying increases the calorie content and produces trans fats. These trans fats raise the levels of bad cholesterol LDL and lower the levels of good cholesterol HDL, leading to cardiovascular diseases. No matter how good the food is, eating it fried is really bad for your health. Finally, the third best food to pair with garlic is oil. Attention, please. National Cancer Institute announced that you can cut the risk of disease in half. Isn't it strange to hear not to fry but to sauté garlic in oil? The key is the type of oil you use. You should sauté garlic in omega-3 oils like olive oil. The superfood garlic offers different nutrients depending on the cooking method. When eaten raw, you get allicin, water-soluble vitamins B and C. When heated, it activates antioxidants that prevent aging, significantly polyphenol and flavonoids. When you sauté garlic in omega-3 rich oils like olive oil, it creates a tremendous synergy effect. This combination dissolves blood clots and reduces inflammation in the body. It also improves memory and brain health, providing a definite effect in preventing dementia. So be sure to remember this. Lastly, here's a tip for our precious subscribers. Thinly sliced, crushed, or minced garlic contains more allicin, enhancing its anti-disease effects. When eating raw garlic, chew it thoroughly several times. When sautéing, crush or mince the garlic to maximize health benefits. This is the ultimate health secret. We've now covered the 3 worst garlic foods and the 3 best pairings for protecting your health. Let's summarize one last time. Never consume garlic in the form of garlic pickles, vinegar, or concentrated extracts garlic juice. Instead, eat it with leafy greens and chew it thoroughly. No matter how good garlic is, don't eat it as garlic bread. Instead, pair it with meat. Avoid eating garlic as flakes or chips. Instead, lightly sauté it in olive oil. How does that sound? I hope you can maintain your health by enjoying garlic with foods that pair well with it. Thank you so much for spending time with us. If you found today's video helpful, please subscribe and like. And don't forget to share it with your precious family and friends. I'll